Good morning everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Friday, August 9th, 2019. Happy Friday everyone. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. You'll notice here that price had a significant rally in the previous session, a major breakout day, and continued higher throughout the session and into the close. After you have a high range day like this, you tend to have a smaller trading range type of day in the session that follows, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. A very narrow range of trading. We by current standards very narrow. We only have 20 points of range currently in the overnight and pre-market trade. That's 33% of average range right now. We've been averaging 60 points per day on a 10-day basis and 81.4 points per day on a 5-day basis. So over the last 5 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's averaging 81 points a day. If you go back 10 sessions, it is averaging 60 points a day. Right now we're at 20. So it's a very quiet range at the moment. One thing to keep in mind is after a high range day, you tend to go quiet throughout most of the next day. However, it's a very narrow range in overnight trading, so we could see that range increase at some point, perhaps to both sides of the range. I'd keep an eye on 29.15 here. Failure to hold 29.15 could open up a retest of the previous session's midpoint. The previous session's midpoint comes in at the 29.05 half zone, and if it hits that midpoint again, it could still be a modest buying opportunity for bulls trying to keep this thing going higher. I would say at this time any failure to hold 2900 could open up more of a failure down below over the next several days that retests the recent low. So we've had quite a bounce here after Monday's sell-off and late last week as well. But now that we've reached and completed the key range here, we now have our key range in play, and anything can happen from here. Anything shy of 2960 though, again, we could even go as high as 2960, but if we can't start getting back above 2960, we could see another double dip to retest that low and perhaps even go through it. So keep an eye on 2915 today. Failure to hold that level could open up more weakness in the near term. All right, let's take a look at the NQ. You'll see with the NQ here, very similar price action. Big high range day in the previous session. That will likely lead to a trading range type of day today. That's clearly the case already. With like the ES here, you'll be taking a look here at 76.50. If this price cannot hold 76.50 today, it could open up more weakness on a one-day basis back towards 7600, maybe even below. So very clear trading range type of behavior could be seen today, where you fade the edges throughout the day, fade new highs, fade new lows. But a failure to hold 76.50 could open up more weakness in the near term. Again, like the ES, price can get up here as high as 7,900 even, all the way back up to this zone, 7,800 to 7,900. And if it cannot find acceptance back above that area, we could double dip and retest that low very, very quickly. So again, while we have had some great near-term strength and a nice bounce from those lows, we may not be done testing those lows ahead. So again, got to get through 7,800, got to get through 7,900. That's a major LV in there. And if we can't do that, perhaps we double dip down below soon. All right, taking a look at crude oil. This one has been quite bearish overall. It really hasn't been able to find its footing. It had one major breakout here, a nice continuation there. But right in this zone here, it failed. It tried to gear up for another big move, very similar to this one, but failed spectacularly. We've now reached the recent low here at 50.50, and we are bouncing just a bit. A pretty decent little rejection tail a couple of days ago. Yesterday, Thursday, we had a nice midpoint retest and hold. Today, higher high and higher low. However, this market has had trouble really getting going to the upside. You see here, this is the 8-period average coming down to provide resistance. So is the 21. If price were to go into that zone, it could be an opportunity for bears to defend and try to push this thing through 50. So right now, this market has been holding 50 all year long, except for the first 5 trading days of the year where it bounced back above that zone. If it can't hold 50, it opens up the door down to 42.5, which is the next recent support level. that's quite a tumble from where we currently are. It'd be 11 handles to get to that zone. So again, keep an eye on prices between 54 and 55. Any rejection in that zone could lead to a retest of 50, and if it breaks, we have quite a bit of downside that could be ahead. All right, lastly, taking a look at gold. After the recent rally here, gold has reached, for all intents and purposes, our target. We talked about 1525 being the target. It got into the 1522s. It's now holding. This outside day was tremendous on the first trading day of the year, or of the month rather. And then we had a hold day, and then another breakout day, then a hold day, and another breakout day, another hold day. Is today going to be another breakout day? Is it going to break to the upside, or are we going to fail from this level? Everything has been poised to go higher, but we are quite a bit away now from the mean, so we could see a reversion to the mean in gold here, where we come back toward 1460 and then try one more time to push through 1525. So right now, very narrow inside day that has developed over the last couple of days so far. And if price can't get above 1525, perhaps it needs to auction lower back toward 1460 to 1480 before another round of strength can occur. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this develops heading into the rest of the session. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Happy Friday, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.